LTU Sports Report is brought to you by the City of Southfield, the center of it all, and Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.
Hello, everybody, and thanks for tuning in to another edition of the LTU Sports Report. I'm Dylan Morello, coming to you from my home in Cincinnati, Ohio. If you're a fan of the fastest growing sport in America, this is the show for you today, as we have Blue Devils men's lacrosse all across the board. Let's get this show started right now.
Yeah, so I and other sophomores and juniors and seniors have played with those kids, so it's nice to see them come back, especially the ones that graduated we don't get to see and talk to very often. It's just a big collaboration. They're telling us that they laid the foundation, how the field was facing Northwestern before that we had this wonderful turf now, and it's sweet to see the come up.
So I'm a product engineer at a company called GNS North America. It's a manufacturing company that makes automotive components. So Lawrence Tech gave me a lot of information and knowledge, and also networking, and actually someone that I was in the class with had an intern there, and that's how I got into the position that I am.
Seeing them all come back and getting to play against them, and some of them still got it, some of them have lost it, but they know a lot about the fields that they're in. And as a Lawrence Tech goer right now, you see a grad like Nick Vervac, who's construction management, same degree as me. I know I had that link, and networking's big in any field.
Really seeing the field today, it's amazing. We didn't have any of this when I was here. When I was a senior, we just started getting the turf on, and now we have the lights and the bleachers and everything. Guys are out here having fun. We can practice late at night. It's awesome. It's a great atmosphere. So one of the main things we've talked about ever since Coach Nemzek came in, he was mentioning legacy. So what are you going to do to build the program, and what are you going to leave behind? So always thinking about your teammates, the people that came before you, and the people that are going to come after you.
2019 Prospect Day. We bring in all potential recruits out here to showcase their skills in front of our coaching staff and our entire program as well. This year we're over at Detroit Country Day High School, where they've been happy to help us out while our field's under construction. And I used to work here a long time ago at the beginning of my coaching career, so it's kind of nice to come back here and hold this event here. The new recruits look great. They're working hard. They're very coachable. This is the most talented group that we've had at a Prospect Day yet. The biggest turnout we've had as well. So we know we're growing. I think that's a product of our team's success over the last few years.
It's a great feeling. It's cool to be on the other side of things instead of being in the net or on the field. It feels good to be off, kind of helping kids learn the game and kind of push them towards what they need to do to make our program and make it work. Hopefully see them in the future.
I was a walk-on freshman year, so it just takes heart and determination to get to where you want to be. As long as you have the grit and want to do well, you can be a starter by the time you're a senior year and even a captain. So just hard work pays off.
Well, recruits that come to LTU are a special type of player. They have to be excellent in the classroom first and foremost. Grades are everything to us before you get here and the whole time while you're here. And we know that that's what's going to get you that great degree at the end and help you live a great life afterwards. So we see the big picture that way. Then we want kids who are coachable, that listen, that don't make the same mistake over and over, and I think you get that with the intelligent player. We bring our whole program out to be on display for all the prospects. We do it a little bit differently than other schools do, and we want to make sure that all our prospects can see our guys that we have, big, small, all shapes and sizes and speeds and skill levels, and we want to make sure that they're approachable, and our prospects can come and talk to our current players and ask them things they might not come and ask the coaching staff.
Push our practice schedule around to the early morning practices. We've been getting up early, facing the adversity of exhaustion in the morning. We got a young team this year coming together. We've been battling each other for the whole pretty much second half of the winter, or short half of the winter. We got to play our first game this weekend, and it was a blast.
Went every day, we were preparing for a game all the way from August to now. We take pride into our passing drills. We know we have to take control of what we can, so passing and catching is a big focus for our team this year. Just knowing it's important to start off 1-0. We really want to make it back to the national tournament again this year. We made it my freshman year and last year as a junior. Both times we fell up short, losing in the first round, so we just know we're striving for something great, and every day is important in practice.
Fixing, catching, and passing, little things like clears, hitting the net. Just little things, picking up and improving on everything that we work on every day.
One of the most important things with this young team being a captain is making sure that everybody gets acclimated to their school or their classes and the team. We emphasize community and family here at LTU Men's Lacrosse, so it's important that they feel like one of us. It makes it a lot easier to mesh on the field when you can mesh off the field.
We performed pretty well for our first game. We got a few minor kinks to work out, but other than that, we're rolling and we're ready to play. Honestly, it feels really good. We have a lot to prove, and I'm really excited for this year. I know the boys are too.
It's an exciting day inside the Detroit Country Day Fieldhouse as the Lawrence Tech men's lacrosse team squared up against the Statesmen of William Penn for the first game of the 2020 campaign. The Blue Devils made it to the NIAA tournament last season and showed a lot of teams that they are a force to be reckoned with. Can Lawrence Tech start their season with a win against the newly assembled William Penn? Let's find out. Starting in the first quarter, LTU would show their dominance, putting up 3 unanswered goals, one of which is from the freshman Kyle Zammit, who hits one defender with a spin move, fakes out another, and blasts the ball at the back of the net. The Blue Devils took a 4-1 lead at the end of the first. On to the second quarter now, the Blue Devils still with the lead, and here's the Heartland, Michigan native Justin Light, who takes his defender one-on-one, shoots and scores one of the 2 second quarter goals for the Blue Devils. Lawrence Tech would go into the break with a 6-2 lead. Coming back from halftime, the Blue Devils are rolling, and it would be the sophomore Damian Hudson from Okemos, Michigan, who takes on 3 defenders and strikes gold at the goal. The score is now 11-2 to start the fourth. With the commanding lead, the Blue Devils still held up their defensive walls as junior goalie Joel Trent gets one of his 2 blocks on the day. Number 3 ranked Lawrence Tech handles business against William Penn. Your final score, 16-3.
Our shots weren't falling at first, but we got a system, and if we keep running it through and run it the right way, we know we're going to start putting balls smack in the net. Our energy is at an all-time high right now, and I think that if we keep running things the way we were and keep moving the ball around quick, we'll be just fine.
For all the up-to-date LTU athletic news, be sure to follow all of our social media platforms at LTU Athletics. Don't go anywhere. We'll continue to recap the men's lacrosse season. The LTU Sports Report will be right back.
Asiago butter. Honey, look at this. 40,000 flavor combinations, and I've had almost every one. Asiago, butter, cheese, Cajun. The flavored crust combinations are endless. It's the greatest thing that ever happened.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
To get more pizza? Yeah.
No, to call your mother. Wow.
Don't go. I need that equation.
Now get a meal deal to fit any budget at the home of flavored crust.
Hungry? Howie's!
Welcome back to the LTU Sports Report. I'm Dylan Morello. Let's jump right back into the action and continue to follow the Blue Devils men's lacrosse team.
Facing the number 1 teams must be a theme for the Blue Devils as the Lawrence Tech men's lacrosse team hits the road to face the number 1 ranked Eagles of Reinhardt University. The Blue Devils started their season with an impressive 16-3 score over William Penn. The first half was a struggle for the Blue Devils as the Romeo, Michigan native Wyatt Nedbull scored the only goal in the first half. But LTU could not slow down the offense of Reinhardt as the Blue Devils would find themselves down 11-1 at the break. Although the Blue Devils would go on to score 4 more goals in the second half, that was not nearly enough to overcome the deficit, and the Blue Devils would fall to Reinhardt 14-5, your final.
The Lawrence Tech men's lacrosse team continues their spring break trip as they face the St. Andrews Knights. The Blue Devils are looking to bounce back after a blowout loss to Reinhardt. Can they refocus and get the win? Refocus they were, as the Blue Devils came out on fire, scoring 6 first-quarter goals and shutting out the Knights. Sophomore Damian Hudson, all the way from Okemos, scored the first goal of the game, setting the tone for the Blue Devils. Lawrence Tech would score 5 more goals in the second and take an 11-1 lead into the break. The Blue Devils doubled their earnings in the second half on their way to a dominant 22-2 win.
My name is Joseph Rosales. I'm a junior and I'm here at the Lawrence Tech men's lacrosse team. And for today's tip of the week, we're going to talk about the importance of staying in the gym and having a daily regiment of staying fit and running. It's important for us as lacrosse players to be in the weight room and be able to run because we do play a contact sport and it is physical. So staying in the weight room and running prevents injuries from possibly happening on the field and overall makes us a better and more conditioned team. I'm Joe, and that was your tip of the week.
The Lawrence Tech men's lacrosse team took on number 2 ranked Kaiser Seahawks. Then Lawrence Tech is looking to cap this road trip with a win. Will they get the job done? Let's find out. Kaiser would open the game, scoring the first 3 goals in just 12 minutes. Just when things started to get out of hand, the Heartland, Michigan native Edlin Couture scored 1 of 2 goals in the final 30 seconds of the first quarter. The Blue Devils would carry that momentum as they would score 4 goals in 6 minutes to round out the first half. The score would be 6-4 at the break. And the second half was a back and forth battle, 1 goal after another, but a lapse in defense coverage allows the Blue Devils to score 2 quick goals late in the fourth to seal the win. Lawrence Tech would go on to win this one 10-9, your final score.
That's all the time we have for you today on the LTU Sports Report. The spring semester is underway online, and I want to say good luck to all of my fellow Blue Devils. Be sure to tune in Friday for the next episode of the LTU Sports Report. I'm Dylan Morello. Be safe and enjoy your week, everybody.